Prepare to be awestruck as we embark on an extraordinary journey through the 10 mind-boggling discoveries made by the Kepler Space Telescope. From uncovering distant exoplanets with the potential for life to unraveling the mesmerizing mysteries of planetary systems, the Kepler telescope has rewritten the cosmic narrative, revealing a universe teeming with wonders beyond our wildest imagination. So, fasten your seatbelts and get ready to witness the breathtaking revelations that redefine our understanding of the cosmos. The Kepler Space Telescope was launched in March 2009 to identify planets outside our galaxy that match the size of Earth. When two of the four reaction wheels that maintain the telescope's precise angling in space stopped working properly in 2013, many people thought the telescope's mission was over. Despite the setback, the telescope is working again. Among other intriguing finds, it has discovered another 1,000 exoplanets, which are planets that orbit a star other than our Sun. Here are 10 intriguing Kepler Space Telescope discoveries. 1. The exoplanet with the longest year. If you feel that your birthday doesn't come around quickly enough, be thankful that you don't live on Kepler 421 bits. Of all the exoplanets that have been discovered so far, Kepler 421 bits has the longest year on record. We find an exoplanet by looking for its shadow as it passes across its sun. The farther away an exoplanet is from its host star, the longer the orbit of the exoplanet. That makes an exoplanet like Kepler 421 bits harder to detect with our equipment because it so rarely crosses the path of its star. 2. The compact solar system. When we picture a solar system, we often think of planets with great distances between them as we have in our solar system. However, Kepler has found a solar system where the planets appear to be unusually close. This system contains a star, Kepler 11, which is similar to our own Sun. Orbiting Kepler 11 are 6 planets, each of them larger than Earth. The largest planet is similar in size to Neptune, which is almost 4 times as big as Earth. The planet farthest from Kepler 11 has an orbit only slightly larger than that of Mercury, the closest planet to our Sun. The other 5 planets each have smaller orbits, meaning that these huge planets get closer to their star than any planet within our solar system is to our Sun. 3. Gigantic solar flares. When trying to understand other stars, our best point of reference is our own Sun. So when the Kepler Space Telescope discovered solar flares on other stars that were 1 million times more powerful than those on our Sun, our scientists took notice. With our Sun, flares come from internal magnetic reconnection. Initially, scientists believed that a planet about the size of Jupiter had to come close to a star for it to produce the gigantic solar flares they were observing with these other stars. This is known as the hot Jupiter theory. 4. The planet with 4 suns. We've already discussed Kepler 47c, a planet that has 2 suns. But in late 2015, the Kepler Space Telescope discovered something twice as exciting, a gas giant slightly larger than Neptune that has 4 suns. Its very existence baffles scientists. They can't understand how this gas giant isn't being torn apart by the simultaneous gravitational pull of 4 suns. They also can't explain how it maintains an apparently stable orbit, something they didn't expect from a planet orbiting 4 suns. Even more interesting, the discovery wasn't made by NASA. Although the data came from the Kepler telescope, amateur astronomers in a group called Planet Hunters were the ones who scored the data and found this exciting planet. Amazingly, it was their first discovery. 5. The super-Earth orbiting an orange dwarf. When the Kepler Space Telescope suffered its critical malfunction a few years ago, many people were convinced that its mission had ended. However, the telescope came back to life, proving its usefulness by locating a planet unlike any in our solar system. With the highly memorable name HEP 116,454 bits, this planet is approximately 2.5 times the size of Earth and 12 times its mass. The density of the planet suggests that it is either a water world, 75% water, 25% land like our Earth, or a miniature gaseous Neptune. If it is a water world, its proximity to its sun probably makes it too hot to support life. 6. The planet that wobbles. Kepler 413 bits is a gas giant with up to 65 times the mass of Earth. But the most interesting aspect of the planet is not its makeup or size. It's the angle at which it orbits. As this gas giant orbits an orange dwarf and a red dwarf, which has less mass and more stability than an orange dwarf, the planet tends to wobble on its axis, much like a child's spinning top. Kepler 413b's axis changes as much as 30 degrees every 11 years. For comparison, Earth's axis has shifted by only 23.5 degrees over 26,000 years. 7. The total number of Earth-sized planets in the Milky Way. Not all the discoveries made by the Kepler Space Telescope are individual planets or stars. Sometimes, astronomers use the data to make predictions about our galaxy, the Milky Way. One of these predictions is a rough estimate of the number of Earth-sized planets within the Milky Way. From the telescope's data, astronomers have deduced that 17% of the stars in the Milky Way have an Earth-sized planet orbiting them. About 25% of the galaxy's stars host a super-Earth, and another 25% are orbited by a mini-Neptune. 8. The star destroying a small planet. When scientists discovered a planet that had a tail of matter trailing behind it, they weren't sure what to make of it. As they examined the data further, they concluded that the tail was debris from the planet as pieces were being torn off by its host star. Unfortunately for the poor planet, its host star had become a white dwarf. As small to mid-sized stars like our Sun die, they swell into red giants, eventually lose their outer layers, and end up as small, hot cores known as white dwarfs. Larger stars become black holes or neutron stars when they die. When this particular star became a red giant, there's a good chance that the planets orbiting it were devoured by the red giant or drifted off into space as cold, lifeless bodies. The planets that remained, like the one found by Kepler, will have their matter pulled apart by the intense gravity of the white dwarf. 9. Earth 2.0. Dubbed Earth 2.0 by scientists, Kepler 452b has been described as a close cousin to our planet. With 5 times the mass of Earth, Kepler 452b is also about 60% wider. If a human were able to live on this planet, he or she would weigh about twice as much as on Earth, but you might be able to sweat off the extra pounds. Kepler 452b orbits a star that's 20% brighter than the Sun, although the planet is the same distance from its star as Earth is from the Sun. That makes Kepler 452b a larger, hotter, heavier version of Earth, but still potentially habitable. 10. The bizarre star that sparked an alien hunt. The planet hunters were tasked with looking for planets, but one star in particular, KIC 8,462,852, kept getting flagged by observers as bizarre and interesting. When scientists took a closer look, they found a sun with a shadow pattern that hinted at a tightly formed stream of matter circling the star. If the star were young, the finding could be explained as the matter soup that eventually forms a solar system. But this star was mature. Any solar system would have been created by now, which means that the observed matter must have been created after the star entered its mature phase. As we reluctantly come to the end of this awe-inspiring journey through the 10 intriguing discoveries made by the Kepler Space Telescope, one thing becomes undeniably clear. Our quest to understand the vast expanse of our universe is an ever-evolving adventure that unveils the most astonishing wonders. From the breathtaking revelation of thousands of exoplanets dancing around distant stars to the mind-boggling diversity of planetary systems and the tantalizing possibility of habitable worlds, the Kepler Space Telescope has revolutionized our understanding of the cosmos. If you found our video informative, kindly subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on our videos.